Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. Welcome back to the Fumble Live. I'm so glad you are here. I don't know. I'm sure some of you guys saw that race on Saturday with SHA'CARRI Richardson, and you saw how tragic it was. We're going to be talking about that. PJ is still going through it. And then at the end of the show, we're going to talk about something that I really want to get into as far as once you have a child, do you bring them into what you're doing? And is that fair? I can't wait to hear your opinion on that. But before we get into all that, let's introduce the Fumble Squad. I'm Jackie Ray. You can follow me on all things social media at JRay the Fanatic.
It's your boy Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K.
And want to say, I see you guys are already on it in the chat. So proud of you for that. I want to say happy birthday to Kobe Bean Bryant, aka the Black Mamba. Is still very much missed. How was your weekend, Chris?
It was chill. It was very chill. Took some time back because I've had some crazy few weeks, so it was nice to not have anything on the docket. So I did absolutely nothing, and it was great. How about yours, Jackie?
I worked the entire weekend, which was not the plan. I was supposed to be off yesterday, but ended up not being able to do that. But I will say this. So I ended up having to cover a story in Long Beach on Saturday, but I had set my alarm because I wanted to watch the SHA'CARRI race, right? So I didn't get to watch the race because I was doing this story. But then all of a sudden I start getting all these text messages about, oh, what's up with your girl? Because I was the main one. Not the main one, but I was one of the main ones that was out there saying she would do great. Now, let me just say this before I show you all this hoop nanny. I don't even know what else to call it. That happened with SHA'CARRI. I did not expect her to get first. I expected her to finish third, worst case scenario, fourth. Right. I didn't expect her to go out there and kill it. That's not what was in my head. I didn't expect this. So let's just go through this chronologically. Let me show you how it started with SHA'CARRI. Let's get into this need to know news, and I'll show you how it started, because I think how it started is also what has people mad, because she was flossing out there, she was doing too much. But y'all take a look at how it started.
I took I took some time off to rest, and now it's game time, bitches. You have no idea.
Okay, I'm not mad at the game time. Not mad at the game time, but come game time, it wasn't game time. So, I said, I was expecting third, maybe fourth. Worst case, was not expecting this. If you did not see it, brace yourself. It's kind of hard to watch. Y'all take a look.
Women's 100. And a good start for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Thompson, hurrah! Richardson being left behind. And out in front, the Olympic champion does it again.
10.54. That is the second fastest time ever. Only Flocho has run better. And the Olympic champion reminds you.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this. A couple of things about that video bothered me. Number one, the announcer was great. Richardson is nowhere. Richardson's being left behind. Like, he was like.
You just throw it in. Yeah.
That. Right. We can see that. That's number one. Number two, if SHA'CARRI had come over and hugged Elaine, like we saw, I forget the young ladies that did, come over and hugged her, showed some sportsmanlike, I probably would have figured out some way to co-sign, or maybe she was just we know she's been going through a lot. Even though she didn't do that, if her post-race interview had been, wow, this did not go at all like I thought, I've had some time off, I wasn't training properly, anything like that, I could have still co-signed for her. But it was her post-race interview that really threw me off. Y'all take a look at this as well.
Today to face these ladies from the Olympic Games.
Coming out today, it was a great return back to the sport. I wanted to be able to come and perform. Having a month off, dealing with all I was dealing with. I'm not upset at myself at all. This is one race. I'm not done. You know what I'm capable of. Count me out if you want to. Talk all the shit you want, because I'm here to stay. I'm not done. I'm the sixth fastest woman in this game ever. And can't nobody ever take that from me. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to the people that won, but they're not done seeing me yet. Period.
Chris. She could have basically almost said the same thing. She could have said, you know, I came out here, I wanted to perform, it didn't go the way that I wanted to. Price, she's also with the Jamaican squad. They interviewed her. She came in second. She's the one that gave her the little look, like, okay, girl, why are they interviewing you? You didn't even win. You was dead last. That's what she said. They asked her, like, did it go as planned? Because, you know, you did great. You came in second. And she goes, no, it never goes as planned when you don't win. So I just know I have more work to do. I've got more races ahead of me, blah, blah, blah. SHA'CARRI could have said the same thing. This did not go well at all. I didn't show, I didn't look like can't nobody take the sixth fastest except for everybody else who beat you. They can all take that from you. We sis. What did you think about her interview?
I had no problem with it. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but that's not SHA'CARRI. That's not who she is. If she came in here and started talking like that, then I would be like, all right, no, that's not what we tune in for. That's who she is. Like, I didn't expect anything less. Yes, it went on a little too long. It's like, all right, we get it, but slow down. You lost. Like, chill out. But at the same time, like, you were just like, yeah, talk your talk. Like, she was A, racing against people who were just in the Olympics. B, she was like she just said, she took a month off. There's no excuses. You got last place, but at the same time, I ain't gonna sit here and have her be upset about it. Or that's not SHA'CARRI. That's not who she is. If we're gonna support her, if we're gonna ride for her, we gotta take her for all that she is. I wouldn't expect anything less. So I had no problem with it. But she did lose, and she deserves the memes and everything that the internet that comes with the internet and comes with the fame. But at the same time, you got to have that kind of confidence. Show no weakness. I'm with it. I had no problem with it, to be completely honest. I had no beef with it, and I'm sure the rest of the world, the rest of the internet did.
I didn't have any problem with it for like the first 5 seconds. Where she's like, I came out here before to perform. I had a month off, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, SHA'CARRI, with the hands and everything, I got you, girl. But then when she said, talk your stuff, I was like, heifer, you dead last. That's the wrong energy. That is the wrong energy. I was with her for the first 5, maybe 10 seconds. But no. I wouldn't.
You're right. See, you're right. But at the same time, I can't. I wouldn't have. Like, if she just did that, it just would have been weird to me. I just don't think I don't know. To me, that's just weird. That's like if, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form she's the greatest at, in running, but that's like if LeBron James had all these tweets and everything talking about him being washed and him just taking it. It's just weird. Like, right. I'm not expecting that to come from these people who expect greatness out of themselves and who, when she's winning and all this stuff. So when she's losing, I won't want her just all of a sudden go in the corner and be like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm not good yet. No, talk with the same energy, because she should, like she said, she ain't done. This is one race, and we'll see. Now, if she goes Conor McGregor on us and she keeps losing, and we got back to back losses, then I'm gonna be singing a completely different tune. Like, nah, SHA'CARRI, you gotta stop talking, because it's not working. But it's one race. Let's see how she recovers from it. Like a month. And she's going against other people who are in the other females that were in the Olympics. The winner was the gold winner. You know what I mean? So, give her, like I said, don't go Conor McGregor on us, SHA'CARRI, because then I can't defend you no more.
Yeah, well, let me get to some of these memes, so you can see. This one was the best one to me, so I had to start with this one, because I was like, damn. SHA'CARRI new spikes after losing her sponsorship. These the mics. Lord bless your heart. Let's get to this next one. SHA'CARRI behind them Jamaican. She did look mad tired though.
She looked gassed.
And she came out the blocks wrong. That's what I'm saying. I could have made all kinds of allowances for her. She came out the blocks wrong. She looked tired. I could have made that make sense. I only saw her respond to one tweet, and then that was this one. It says, I feel I could have beat SHA'CARRI, and yelled yes. And then SHA'CARRI says, I will triple your whole year's salary if you can. What'd you say?
I said she went KD on us. Responding to nobody's like.
Yep. She's like, no. And then she posted a meme from Hancock, like she knows people are talking stuff, and she's kind of like, bring it. That tweet I really liked. I don't think I put that in there, but that one I really liked, because it shows, okay, she owns it. It's coming. And I would have even appreciated something like that in her interview, saying, you know what, y'all gonna talk a gang of stuff, but wait till next something. But the whole, like, you can't take it from me. Clearly, there are people who can. Just saying.
Oh, man. Yeah, like I
Man.
said, yeah, I know this. I knew this. Like it was like, when you see this, you knew it was going to piss people off. But like I said, I don't know. To me, just that's just who she is. People hated her while she was doing it, so I'm sure they're gonna hate on her even more because she lost. So I have no beef with it. Just don't make this a reoccurring thing, because like I said, I cannot defend you then. But I mean, it's just that's the SHA'CARRI being SHA'CARRI. But I hear y'all in the chat. The chat are not fans of it, which I'm not surprised
Not
about
at
that
all.
either.
Says Kevin is going in. Says he doesn't like classless
100%.
athletes. He says if you're wearing blonde hair with whack tattoos, at
He
least
saw
have
that.
some class. I mean, are we gonna go? First of all,
It was going a
are her
different way.
tattoos whack? Like with you, Kevin taking this real personal. So let's just go on to this next one. Maybe we find a topic that he can take less personal, because I don't think anybody here, between myself and Chris, and definitely not you in the chat, I don't think anybody has a dog in this race. I don't think any of us care. But let's go on to the San Francisco 49ers. And Kyle Shanahan says he is not ready to name a starting QB. I thought that was kind of interesting, because that's one of those things where it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance. We know that Jimmy Garoppolo's had issues with the level of disrespect that he feels from this franchise. I think this kind of adds to that, in my opinion. But I just want here we are. It's the way that he didn't want to name a quarterback that just kind of douchey to me. I just didn't like the way he said it. But maybe I'm just in my feels today. Chris, we're gonna see what you think after. Take a look at how he said it.
Are you going to make an announcement? Is Jimmy Garoppolo your starter week 1?
No, I'm not making that announcement. Let's try though. Whenever I feel like it. Not tonight.
Am I in my feels? That's a little douchey.
The thing is, I don't disagree with the answer, but it's the way he answers. Just like, yo, yeah, he's like, like, I don't have to tell you. Like,
good try.
It's not my answer.
I'll say whatever I want to say.
Yeah. It is real douchey. I've never been a big Kyle Shanahan fan, but that goes deeper because of his tenure with the Hawks or the Falcons. See, look, I hate both the Atlanta teams. I can't stand them both. But yes. So, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know. How are you feeling about this whole battle? Do you think that it should be Garoppolo? Because you did just mention that there's a little bit of disrespect there, or that the organization has been disrespecting. Do you think it should be Garoppolo's job to lose?
I think it's his job to lose. Absolutely. I'm never a fan of like these young or rookie players having to carry the weight of the franchise and be the reason why the whole franchise turns around. So I'm a fan of, him sitting a little bit, of Trey Lance sitting a little bit, but at least let Jimmy know, hey, because I mean, here's the thing. If Bill Belichick can say that about Cam Newton, who had a horrible season last season, I feel like you can say that about Jimmy Garoppolo, who's a little bit younger, doesn't have as many, horrific seasons behind him. So I think you can say, hey, it's your job to lose. And when you say it's your job to lose, then it puts you in a place where you want to go out there, you want to do better. Kevin Lang just said he's trying to put a fire under him. I don't think you say, I'm not going to name a quarterback and expect that fire to burn, because Jimmy can already go back and wallow in the disrespect that he thinks he already got. When you tell him, hey, this is your job to lose, all of a sudden he goes, oh, I'm not going to lose my job. Are you kidding? Not to this kid. No, I'm not. And then he goes in there and he just plays a little bit better. So I just think this is a terrible move. This is a terrible coaching move, in my opinion. I think I have one more tweet from this. I'm all discombobulated, but I think I got one more tweet. Says 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan said he hasn't seen anything. Now that's the concerning statement. He says he hasn't seen anything to this point that would move him off the original plan of Jimmy Garoppolo as the starter with Trey Lance as the backup. If you haven't seen anything, then why not say that? Why be so douchey in that interview? If you haven't seen anything,
we know why.
The guy.
Yeah, I look. I think the only reason this is going on is because he wants to start Trey. Let's just be real. I'm gonna call a spade. He wants to start Trey Lance. But the thing is, Trey Lance has not given him enough to make it be okay if he says in the media, I'm going with the rookie Trey Lance for us, because then it's going to turn into talking heads with the sports centers, right. The first take. Everyone's going to be talking about it because I like Trey Lance, and like you just said, it just doesn't seem like he's ready for it. But you can tell Kyle Shanahan is over Jimmy G to his new young quarterback that can actually throw the distance, but he's still trying to figure out his accuracy. So to me, it feels like he knows what to do, but he thinks he can't do it. And it's showing in these interviews because, like you just said, the fact that he cannot at least stick with the guy that he's had for the last 2 years or year and a half or whatever the case may be, that's disconcerting. Because and I used a perfect comparison in Cam Newton because Cam Newton was not great last year. And mind you, yes, they did retool the entire offense to work in Cam Newton's favor. So yeah, you can have a little bit more confidence to go with Cam Newton as Bill Belichick. But at the same time, you are rocking with your vet until he loses how it's supposed to go and fell. And you could tell that that's not how he wants it to go. And that's why we're getting answers like this. So it to me, it's blatantly obvious. If you cannot decide on your starting quarterback, then I say just rock and just go with your gut and go with Trey Lance. Because this to me, the disrespect could be avoided. Because I'm going with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think Jimmy Garoppolo's trash. I think like week 5, I would go with Trey Lance. But right now, I'm like you. I would just go with Jimmy Garoppolo and let him go and lose the job because I didn't see enough from the two of them. But with Kyle Shanahan, with the way he's talking, it seems like he just wants to go with Trey Lance. That's the vibe I'm getting from. That's the reason why he's having a hard time saying he wants to go with the rookie, even though he knows that might not be the best decision right now. So so I'm saying if it's him, I say just go with Trey Lance. Just have at it. Let's see how it goes. But
I mean,
yeah,
I get that. I don't have a dog in this race. I don't care what happens over, like at all. But my thing is like, I just think when you immediately start a rookie, I mean, sometimes it works, but sometimes it's just better for a rookie to have that. Even like you said, if it's week 5, let that happen till week 5. So he has some regular season games under his belt. He gets a grasp of how it is to play in a couple of regular, because it's not college anymore. You're not in Kansas anymore. So figure all that out before you put this pressure on this kid. Number one, here's a different question. Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle do not like each other. I don't care what anybody says.
Obviously,
it is so
that's why I agree.
obvious.
100%.
Do you think that the discord that is happening between the two of them is affecting Jimmy's play?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. All of the above. Yes, 100%. That's one of the biggest factors, and we saw it last year. It's one of the biggest things. And in no way, shape, or form will you ever see me defend Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not a fan of Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback. I just don't think he's that. I think he's overglorified backup. But at the same time, I don't believe that he's been given the right opportunity, because when Kyle Shanahan came on, you could tell from the jump that those two were not meshing. And like you just said, it is not, they're not hiding it well at all. So even if Jimmy Garoppolo might not be better right now, I don't really think we ever got that chance to see whether that Jimmy Garoppolo we saw in New England was the right Jimmy Garoppolo, or that little we got the first year of the 49ers is the real Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, we don't know which is real Jimmy Garoppolo because he's just not a situation that makes sense for him. So yeah, no, to answer your question, yes, 100% that had a lot to do with this play last year, because the key, Kyle Shanahan is calling the plays for the offense. Does you everything right there. So if he's putting you in to do things that you can't do, and you playing bad, you gonna take the blame. Kyle Shanahan might not take the blame, not right away, because you're the starting quarterback and you're Jimmy Garoppolo. So I don't know, man. To me, it's not right. It's not fair. But at the same time, like you said, I ain't got no dogs in this race, so let it all blow up. I don't care. See what happens.
Yeah, don't care at all. It's just hard for me to understand the football genius that is Bill Belichick, and him at one point even wanting to move on from Tom Brady for Jimmy. To me, just 100% co-signing on even what I see a lot of people in the chat saying, and that Jimmy is trash. It's hard for me, but I think you put it best. Like, we just don't know. Is that the real Jimmy, or is what we're seeing in right now the real Jimmy? I don't know. I just think that my concern right now, and it's not a real concern because I really don't care, but my concern right now is Trey, especially Kyle. Kyle, like I said, I think he's a terrible coach. I just haven't seen enough to say.
He's a good offensive coordinator, not a good coach. Now, I agree. He's not a good head coach. He's great as an offensive coordinator. I hate him for that reason, but as a head coach, he's not that. He's not that. Yeah,
and I'm one of those people that I say sometimes stick to what you're good at, and if you can't rally the troops, like you clearly can't rally Jimmy, then I just don't think that this is the good move for you. But at the same time, I do think sometimes you got to coddle these quarterbacks. And if you really want to go with Trey, don't put Trey in a position where he can lose. And I think if you immediately start him, you're putting him in a position to lose. And then you look bad. So
Yep.
I saw like I don't know. But let's get into the post up. This first one is another hash mark into why we love Giannis. He's just the coolest cat, man. Like he just smiles, all smiles. But sometimes I love the relationship between him and his girlfriend as well, because she's quick to get on him. So he posts a cute little selfie. I think I got these backwards, but the selfie that he posted is this one. Look at Giannis, looking all happy. Says, "What's up, people?" So of course, we the people supposed to respond and say, "What's up, Giannis?" But no, his girl responded, says, "Our son, it's your turn to change his diaper." And he says, "Get off my page." Chris, you've got a new.
Change the damn diaper.
She did, right? You've got a newborn baby. You ever hear this? You out playing a game or something, and it's like, it's your turn.
Bro, and I feel, look, man, I'm telling you, man, I feel like dads, we just don't. Giannis, I can't defeat posting selfie. You know that because it's a picture, so ain't no volume. You know, little man in the back crying and stuff. He there smiling, taking this picture. Like I know that, but at the same time, man, like nah, like if he's up and I'm near him and she's not, like I'm gonna go take care of him. I feel like dads, we get the short end of the stick a lot of the time. But in Giannis, I can't defend you, bro. Especially, he's crying. I know, we all know, especially by seeing that response, you know that in the background, he's crying while he's taking that picture. And the thing is, even in the caption, he put a question like, I don't know. To me, it just seemed like he was trying to get away. He was like, I'm posting social media, babe. I'm doing my job. I'm sorry. I didn't know that he was crying. I thought you had it. But no, I can't defend Giannis on this one. But yes, I've definitely I've been in trouble a few times from doing the same thing. So next one.
See, that's the answer I wanted.
I was trying to get away from it. I was trying to get away from it. I was trying to get away.
It's hilarious. I've officially. I think I understand that my Glock is either single or is going to be single for a long time, because he says I ain't changing no baby diaper. It's over with for me. Okay.
Not that bad.
You better not have no kids. That ain't gonna last.
I'm saying it ain't that bad.
That's a little delusional, but that's a perfect segue into some more delusion, because this one, I'm just, PJ is just not doing this right to me. All this crying and social. I told y'all I follow him on social media. So I'm a little confused. He's very vague in what he's posting, but last weekend he had his little man. So I thought he got to spend time with his little man I think he had him by himself at his house or whatever. So he responds to this post, or there's this post that says, PJ Washington says, "Don't save her." Again, this is this weekend. So I don't know if maybe some people were saying, "Hey, look, she's let you spend time with your baby. It's all good." But this girl says, "Please leave us alone and get a lawyer, bro." 100% agree with this. I'm tired of hearing about it. We tried to warn you before this all happened. Stop coming to social media and tell us what we told you was going to happen is happening. I'm so over you, PJ. I really am. I'm sorry you're going through this, but this is your own fault. I don't feel bad for you at all. Let's go into this next one. Somebody says there was this whole debate on whether he need to get a lawyer or not, and this person says no, he needs to go talk to Future. Y'all know who Future is? This person said he's literally the last person he should talk to.
Right.
Unless you want, I don't understand that one, but okay. And then this next one says, yeah, he can just fight for sole custody. He has a better chance of winning than most men. And this person on the bottom says, no, he don't. His NBA schedule will almost guarantee her a victory. They're going to say, why pay a nanny when you can just pay the mother? That is an interesting point, because I said the same thing. I said with her trash background, you can go back on the last year of her Instagram alone and her Twitter alone, and you have a good case for sole custody. But do you think the court would say? I have no idea. I've not been in that child court situation. I do know the courts tend to favor the mother, but why would I have to pay her when I can just have the baby with me full time?
Well, that's the thing. Can you have him? Like he put it perfectly. Like in theory, yeah. If he wasn't a professional basketball player, that's only 22, 23 years old. Yeah, in theory, that'd be great. But it's not. That's not what the situation would be. Because he's going to be being watched by a nanny or somebody else for the majority of the year anyway. So I think that the judges, I would like to believe that the judges and everybody would have that into, and the lawyers would all have that into effect, because you know that her lawyers are not going to let that go. Like, you know, with this, the Charlotte Hornets schedule just came out. They'll have have sheets for everybody. So you mean to tell me that this time he'll be able to take care of his son when he's playing the Lakers? He's gonna be able to, like, they're gonna use that against him. So. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a messy situation. Leave J. Cole out of it. I saw it. Don't drop that lyric. The point of the lyric is to know that before you get into the situation, not after you out of the situation. Right. Leave J. Cole out of it. Don't save her. No, get out of that. You messed up. So, yeah, I don't know. I think he's in the best spot.
Yeah, and who's paying for her lawyer? That's what I want to know.
He is. What you mean?
That's what I'm saying. PJ.
It's just...
If after retirement we see there better not be a whole documentary about how he went broke giving this girl money, because unless in that documentary there's every tweet from myself and everybody under the sun that was saying, PJ, don't do it. We don't care at this point. He's getting on my nerves. So let's go on to this next one, because we're staying on this delusional train with my man Kendrick Perkins. Boosa. Every time I say Kendrick Perkins, I just got to stutter somebody's name, Vucevic's name, because he can't say it. And it's funny to me.
I love Perkins.
But Kendrick Perkins is, first of all, why would you even say this? I'm not even going to let me show you the tweet. He says, if I had to get in the ring and really put these paws on somebody, it would be Draymond Green. But I really think he don't want that smoke. And history tells me he really don't want that smoke. Mm-hmm. So you think you would beat up Draymond Green? Okay, just all things aside, who you think wins that fight?
I'm going to go with the younger, still a little bit more athletic Draymond Green on this one. I don't see Perkins getting in any fights. Like, yeah, Perkins can hold his own, but in a boxing match, I'm going with Draymond Green, man.
Yeah, I think old school Kendrick Perkins I would go with, but Kendrick Perkins today, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what we got going about. Right, yeah.
No. But of course, Twitter had something to say about it. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to ask you, is there some beef? Because when I saw this, I was looking it up. I'm like, is there some beef that we missed? Like, I don't understand. There's no connection. Perkins on the Celtics, and it wasn't that good when he was on the Cat. Like, so I don't understand where the beef was here. Is there something we missed? But okay, if you don't know either, then I don't know. He just had this vendetta. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
I think my Glock is right. He says Perkins just be talking. I'm not saying there wasn't some beef, but I'm saying I missed it if there was. So this user says Perkins' ego is bigger than his appetite. The whole shade. Let's go on to this next one. This one is the best one. He says Draymond would be like, this is the reason why you wouldn't win. I love this one as well. This is not a fight. Too. Huh?
That guy, the Twitter user, his icon picture was Draymond Green smiling. So he obviously a Draymond fan.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Of all the celebrity boxing matches that I would want to see, I got to say this is not one of them. Like, I would not want to see this at all. So powers that be, please do us a favor and do not make this happen. But let's go on to this next one, because this next one is hilarious to me for one reason and one reason only. And I'm going to try to not tell you what the reason, Chris. I just want to see if you can find it. But Giants wide receiver Sterling Shepard and Browns cornerback Troy Hill, they were playing, and then they squared up in practice. Now here, I want y'all to see this tweet, because this is the most hilarious thing. First of all, I remember them days when you put your hands up and you just start walking like, what's up? And it's hilarious. I'm like, oh, high school, like, what's up? What you got? Everybody just talking. So SportsCenter posted this. So here's the thing, though. I'm going to post a succession of pictures. When I tell you I was dying laughing, okay, this is the first picture. Had me dead. I don't know if you can see why. But let me go on to this next picture, because it gets better. Bro, do you see the guy in the background? He's looking at him like,
yeah, that's the first one.
But why though? And then this last one. Oh, this is exactly what I sing. Dude in the back looking at Troy Hill like, bruh, WTF is you doing? What are you doing?
That's the best part.
Right. You see, you bro. Well, don't do this. His whole face. I love this. I saw a video. It was just the end of it though. where Sterling Shepard was being picked up and dragged away. I don't know by who, but I didn't get to see the fight. I really wanted to see the fight. JD in the chat says Troy Hill can't fight. I'm thinking that's right. Just based on the look from my mans in them, I'm thinking that's a factual statement. But when I tell you that tweet made my whole day, I was like, bruh. So good. So good. All right, let's move on to this next one. Because Chris, I know you saw, I can't wait to see your opinion about this, and you guys in the chat as well. My take on everything is don't hit somebody if you don't want to get hit back. There's no gender on that. It's just don't hit somebody if you don't want to get hit back. That's number one. Number two, if you are married to somebody or dating somebody who is going to get in your face and yell at you like you are some homeless dog, you with the wrong person. And you could have left that there. This whole thing, let me just show you this fight and y'all tell me what you think.
Ooh. Damn.
She hit him first.
Twice.
Now she playing the victim.
Somebody get his glasses.
Yep.
Now everybody is escorting him out. Let me tell you something. This is why I tell all my homeboys, like, don't roll without a homegirl. Because shouts out to the brother for the hesitation on clocking old girl when she hit him in the face. Right. If he had hit her in the face, I would 100% co-sign on that. Because don't hit me in my face if you don't expect to get hit back in your face. That's number one. Number two, the dude steps up and wants to hit him instead of checking your girl. Your girl just yelled in your face like you a 2-year-old child. Who raised y'all? And then the people at the end coming to their defense, the husband and the chick who started the whole mess, I got nothing. Chris, when you saw this fight, what'd you think?
Yeah, you hit it perfect because the initial hit, he went in and he hesitated. And then when you got two, like that's the thing too, like people don't realize it's just one guy against this obvious crazy couple because like you just this dude just got berated by homegirl before she then turned around and went back at old dude, and he still ended up trying to fight and defend her instead of pulling her back. Like the decision making just wasn't great. She got him with 2-3 hits before he finally went in. But the thing is, he's getting attacked by two people. What's he supposed to do? You know what I mean? And he got hit in the face twice by this girl, and then and that was it. Because then she, after the fact, then when the husband or boyfriend or whatever got knocked out, that she still was trying to go back and go. I mean, he didn't hit her again. It was the one time.
Nope.
After getting hit 2-3 times, like to me, I don't know. At that point, he's defending himself against two attackers, and that's how I see it as. Like I understand people are going back and forth. It's a girl. This and that. No, look, man, I don't care what it is. This man's being attacked by two crazy people. You gotta do what you gotta do to defend yourself. And the people at the end that were there trying to turn it into him that because I think they're watching they were there for the entire confrontation, and they're still trying to turn it on him, trying to escort him out. Like shout out to people behind him that were filming though, because they were talking about she hit him, she slapped him, like that. Right. Those are the people that you need in the corner. But the whole thing, like I feel like I understand it. You gotta do whatever you can to refrain from hitting a female or whatever the case may be. But like you said, Jackie, don't do anything that you wouldn't want back in return. I don't care what, where, and what you are. You know what I mean? Like, don't hit someone in the face not expecting for someone to come back at you. That's all. That's how I feel on that.
Yeah, I'm on the school of don't start none, won't be none. But if you start 100%. Something, it's gonna be something, and I'm not gonna feel bad. And I hate to see people deserve it, but this lady clearly needs some sort. She need that one good hit. That bully when you was in school. Maybe I was the only one got bullied. Clocked him in the face one time, had no more problems with that bully. This lady is a bully. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm not. This might have helped her whole life, is all I'm saying. But let's move on to this
I'm
next one.
disappointed in the guy too. That guy, I can't believe he. I don't know. He had. I don't know. That dude. I'm sorry. He deserved to get knocked out too. He needed that. I hope he woke up like, damn, I need to get out of this damn relationship. I forget being mad at him. Like, oh, damn, I got hit for her. Yeah, this is over. This is not. Like, I hope he got like. That's what he needed. He needed a wake up call. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And I bet my last dollar he went home and got hit again. I feel like she's an abuser.
Right home. The right home for real.
Right.
For real. For real. You are not lying.
I feel like she's an abuser. So get out of that, sir. Or, just stop defending her when she gets stupid and let somebody else handle your dirty work for you. But let's move on to this next one because this didn't go like I thought it would go, because the stadium in Vegas, it opened this weekend for WrestleMania. I actually had a friend that was there for WrestleMania. He said the same thing, but he was in the press box, so he didn't have as much of a hassle with some of the things that didn't work because a lot of this stuff was catered for them. But apparently day one was a tragic fail. So let me show you this tweet that says current situation at Allegiant Stadium, cashless payment system down. This one was the first one that bothered me because I just don't even carry cash anymore. I either do Apple Pay or a card. And if you don't have either, what am I supposed to do? So concessions were stopped because of that. Wi-Fi was dead. Toilets overflowing. PA system not working properly. No pyrotechnics. This is a very big deal for wrestling fans. Yeah, because they come out with the poom pow, So this was awful. This is not what I expected because, every picture we've seen, every advertisement we've seen, it was like, this is going to be the best experience of your life. It's luxurious. It's next level. And as far as accommodations go, Twitter obviously had something to say about this as well. So this is a video. There's nobody. So this to me is the biggest problem. And from a business standpoint, because this is where you make, like we talked about SoFi, them charging $15 for a drink. Yeah. People will pay that. And you don't even have the opportunity. Apparently only 2 guys had cash because I don't see anybody else at a concession stand. But those 2 guys, maybe they had cash. I don't know. But you're also paying the employees that are supposed to be at those concession stands for nothing. You gotta pay them for nothing. So that's the biggest money waster there. So this next one lets you know that 2 things can be true. No cap, the stadium sucks balls. And then this one says, by the way, it's beautiful. I think both of those things can be true.
Yeah. Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Are you surprised to hear this about the stadium?
Yes and no. The whole cash thing, that part, that's stupid. There's no defending that. Like you said, I feel like that's how everyone is. Everyone nowadays, no one really carries around cash. Maybe Vegas is the place where you should carry around cash so you can be a little bit more in control of your money, because if you just swipe it away, you're going to go home broke. But other than that, I mean, yes, there had to be an expectation of things to go wrong, because this stadium was built and was supposed to be opened up last year, and we had this whole year where it wasn't even open to any fans or anything. So just those trial and error periods, and you're coming right in with a big event like this, and you have all these. There's going to be mistakes for all these things to happen. It is kind of expected. The cash thing, to me, I thought that made no sense. But plumbing and stuff like that, they didn't have the trial and error, because normally this throughout the season and then it gets fixed halfway through. Like we've seen this in so many new stadiums, and this isn't a new thing. But when you're having this big, huge event be your big first thing that happens, like this, you gotta deal with what you're gonna what you get. And so I wasn't surprised, and I completely agree with your last statement that both things can be right, because seeing that stadium is crazy. It's a nice looking. I've never seen an all black stadium like that. It's the most expensive stadium in the world, whatever the case may be. So there's going to be trial and error, and I would expect to see those tweets come out. But yeah, that cash, and they got to figure that out. That makes no damn sense in 2021. Yeah, you got. I would be less surprised if they only did Apple Pay and they didn't accept card and cash. Like that would be a different conversation. But to say that you're only taking cash, like what are you talking about here? So yeah, they're gonna lose money on that for sure. But they'll be
for sure. Yeah, I think the fireworks and stuff not going off, I feel like that's WrestleMania's fault, right? Because don't they set that all up?
They bring stuff.
Is that Right, that's what I thought. So I'm not going to put that on them. But them toilets and them cash machines, that's just ridiculous. But let's go on to this next one, because this is the one that Chris and I were talking about before the show that just pisses me off so bad. Because here's the thing. I actually know somebody, not personally, but, you know, I don't want to say they're a friend, but it's an acquaintance that I know went live doing this crate challenge. Here's the problem I have with hell no, I'm not claiming. I ain't claiming nobody doing no crate challenge. My friends are smarter than that. I'm not claiming nobody doing a crate challenge. No, I'm not. But here's the problem I have with him specifically. He's an anti-masker and an anti-vaxxer because he says it's going to kill you. But he got his behind on top of that crate and went face first into the ground. Make it make sense, sir. Like, I can't stand y'all. But let me just get into it and show you some of the preposterous nature of these people doing these crate challenges. Take a look.
You can't touch with your hand. You already lost.
You can't touch the car. I gotta keep on going.
Oh, there goes car. Oh!
Why? That's not funny to me. That's not. Now we have a compilation of this nonsense. So y'all just take a look. People are, and where y'all getting all these crates from? That's what Snoop posted on his Instagram. Where y'all getting all these crates from? I ain't never seen this many crates in my life. But y'all look at this compilation.
Hey, you look at him. Uh-oh, step in. Bow. Oh, it's over here. Oh, it's over here.
Oh, you got it too.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Oh, it's over. Oh, bang. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Back and went down. Whoop. Leaning though. Here we go. Bow. Oh my God. Get down one way or another. Get him. Pow. Oh, oh.
Oh God. Oh God.
Other people had it coming up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Back with the 45 like Michael Jordan can't bench
Oh
me.
God.
Oh.
Everybody is landing on their backs. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is, somebody's going to end up paralyzed or hurt really, really bad. Who started this? Why is this a thing?
But here's my problem with you. I don't understand why you so. I don't get why you. They are doing this to themselves. No one is telling them, look, you need to do this and put this on it. No, they are choosing to do this themselves. So if they gonna go out there and do this and bust their face, I ain't gonna feel bad for them. If that's what y'all want to do, that's what y'all want to do. It's stupid. Like, I'm with you. I don't get it. I think it's dumb. It was funny at first, like, oh, that's a funny idea. But then also knowing, 2021, knowing the internet age is like, oh, this is gonna get real dangerous. And here we are, just a weekend later, like this thing blew up overnight. But at the same time, like, I ain't mad at, like, they want to do it, then let them be dumb. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, you might as well eat a Tide Pod and then do this. You know what I mean? Just get it all done in one swoop. Eat the Tide Pod. I mean, come on, y'all. This is stupid. You're right, though. Somebody in the chat said Jackie looks pissed. This infuriates me because I'm like, yo, of all the things that we can go out doing, this would not be. What are you gonna put on the tombstone? Here lies so and so. The crates took him out. Like, come on, man. This is the dumbest thing in the world. I can't stand stupid people. So all these people in these videos make me mad. This next one, though, y'all know I love these riddles. This riddle, though, that we're doing right now has sparked heated debates between me and my friends. Y'all see the sign. Y'all see what it says.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Chris, I've literally been in hour-long debates about this. Is water wet?
You're asking me?
Yes.
No, water's not wet. Water can't be wet.
How? Let's just how Chris? How can water not be wet?
How much time do we have on this show? Because we are going to go over.
My God.
It's not. It can't be wet
because it's water, and so when you're in it, you don't know it's wet.
Right. So
no.
so yes. So okay, look, so that you can the act of something being like hit with water, that makes it wet, but that does not mean that the water is wet.
So what is it then when it's in its abundant
Water's
state?
Water is liquid.
Oh my God! Roll the clip, Leo. Roll the clip.
It's wet.
How is it not wet?
Water is not wet.
Am I not wet right now?
Whoa.
Water wet.
Who come up with these questions?
Water makes things wet. It's not wet.
Water is wet. No.
Yes, fire.
Water makes things wet because the water molecules are surrounding something that is dry, right?
Yeah. Water's not dry.
So if I were to take a cup of water and I had the cup, there are a bajillion water molecules in there surrounding other water molecules.
If you have a cup of
A bajillion. That means the water is wet.
Here's the thing though, if you get that water and you dump it in the ocean, are you making the ocean wet?
No.
It's already wet.
No, it's not.
No, you can't argue with that.
It's already wet. The ocean's already wet.
It bothers people. This
Water is
question
only
really
wet when it's absorbed something. You feel me? It can't be wet in its own body.
So everybody said all that, and then you come with that? I'm gone, bro.
Man, what y'all think? Y'all comment underneath the joint and tell us what y'all think. Y'all think this joint wet or not? Please help me understand.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is over here at the Broncos facility with this question. We have some issues, technical difficulties in this question. Enjoy your day.
I'm not really worried about his water wet. So
I just explained it.
they're really getting after it though.
No, water, for something to get wet, it gotta be dry.
Exactly.
Water's not dry, so it can't get wet.
No, listen to the definition. To be covered or saturated with water, correct?
Yes.
In the ocean, is water not covered or saturated with other water? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, it is.
Wait,
a fish that lives underwater all its life is dry. That's what y'all are saying. Underwater. My point exactly.
That's what he's saying. Is fire already burnt?
Oh
No, that last one was terrible.
Here's my thing. I hate this argument because I don't care enough about it, but to me it just makes no sense. Like, how can water already be wet when it's making other things wet? I don't understand how it could already be wet.
Because if the oceans were to dry up, then we would see the bottom of the ocean and it'd be dry. And the reason why it's not dry right now is because it's wet, because the water is on it, because water is wet.
So you mean to tell me that fish, they wet?
Yes. And when they come out the water, they become dry, and they're used to be in environments that are wet, and that's why they can't breathe.
I'm not
because they breathe underwater.
I'm not playing. I'm like the lineman number 30 said, like, I don't care enough. That's me. Look, all I know is I will say this though. I am guilty of saying wet like water. I do say that. Shout out to Cash Nasty, but at the same time, no, I don't believe that water itself is wet. 'Tis a liquid, but I don't believe that it's wet.
'Tis a liquid.
That's me scratching my nose.
I'm gonna just have to.
I'm just looking at the chat. I'm trying to find the chat. My chat.
Yeah, my Glock has the worst argument to date. Love you, but this is the worst argument to date. He says water isn't wet by itself. That's like saying fire is hot, but fire is hot though.
Yeah, that's not
no. You're trying to say fire is fire, so no. Jeremiah says water is not wet without any argument. Look, okay, y'all battle this out in the chat. No argument though. He got no argument. Stop it. Let's move on to this next one because clearly Chris is right.
Wet means to make solid surface covered with liquid.
That's not what wet means.
Okay, Webster. Okay, hey, someone get Webster in the chat, man.
Yeah, Google it right now. I know you're doing it because your whole face lit up. Your whole face lit up. I know you pulled up Google on your computer screen. Stop playing.
Okay, right. So exactly what Homeboy said. He said the definition is covered or saturated with water or another liquid.
But if you're covered or saturated with water, that means water is wet.
No. So the sand underwater is wet. The fish is wet, but the water is not wet because the water is making them wet. Water can't make itself wet.
Oh my God. Okay, yes, Chris is right. We're gonna be here all day. And we're moving on.
I tell you, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here all day. Look, my internet don't even.
I love how your face lit up. Like, no, I'm gonna Google this right now.
Yeah, you saw that.
Oh my God. All right, let's go on to this next one. I feel like Chris and I are gonna have to circle back to this after the show. But let me tell you right now, best thing you can hope for in life is a dope wingman that when you make a mistake, they help you get back on track. This kid went the absolute wrong way. No problem. His homeboy had his back, coming the right way. Y'all take a look. This run is fantastic.
Wait.
He really ran the wrong way.
There's no way.
Then ran the right way and scored.
Did you see the pink hands though? That was like, get out my boy's way. Get out my boy's way. I love it.
That was all
a little
planned out.
mad.
That was all
Now, look,
planned.
in real life, well, not real life, but like if this was like older kids and that ref had told him that he was going the wrong way, everybody would have been mad. But because they're little kids, everyone was like, oh, okay, it's okay. I love this though. This is fantastic. All right, so that's all we got.
Real quick, I think if like it's somebody big, like somebody grown, if they scored, I don't think people would be mad at him. I think it would have been the same way. But yeah, if he went that way and then got tackled, then yes, we would give him a hard time. But I don't know. I just want to see little kids' face.
I'm talking about the ref stepping in and saying, "Oh no, you're going the wrong way."
Right.
Like then we would have been mad. That's not your job, ref. That is.
Got you.
If he don't know he's going the wrong way, he don't know he's going the wrong way. That's his fault. But not with the little guys. Not with the little guys. We okay with that. All right, so. Let's get into what we not gonna do. I gotta tell you, this one is a little difficult for me because I know Rob Parker personally. I've worked with him a couple of different times. I do believe in my heart of hearts. I think he says things sometimes just to get a rise because he knows he gets a lot of traction on things when he does say inflammatory things. In my opinion, he's right and wrong on this one. I think two things can exist at the same time. So I think that's where he's at on this one because he wrote an article for Deadspin. If you go to his Instagram page, he talks about it and he says, hey, click on this link. You can go read the full article. So he's talking about basically something that literally should be coined generational wealth. And the problem is, and he's 100% right in his thought process that for a lot of reasons, Black people don't have generational wealth because we have been prevented from having that for a lot of reasons. That would be a whole nother hour show. So let me post this picture really quickly. This is the thing that bothers him. So Tom Brady's son Jack joined the Buccaneers as the ball boy. So Buccaneers got a new ball boy. He takes his summer job and every rep very seriously, just like his dad. Cute, in my opinion. I knew somebody was going to say something because I understand what this is, but on the surface, I don't have a problem with this. That's his dad. He's supposed to be able to do something like that. So, he says that this is a form of nepotism and it's wrong that he gets to just hand his son his job. So let me read a quote from this. He says, too often white owners, coaches, and front office people hire and promote family members. Despite making up nearly 75% of the league on the field, Black players are usually shut out from sneaking in through the coaching back door. There have been a ton of father-son acts in the NFL. White dads hire their sons as coaches and put them in position eventually to get a head coaching job down the line. Can you imagine a Black person who didn't even play football in college, but say golf of all sports, getting an NFL head coaching job? So here's where I think he's right and wrong at the same time. Obviously, we know he's right because we talk about this all the time that Black men are not getting the head coaching jobs. They're not getting the president of football jobs. They're not getting the jobs that they worked for, that they deserved. They are specifically getting looked over because they are Black. If you don't believe that, that's a you problem. But the Rooney Rule was instituted to try to overcome that, and it failed. And then it was just last season, the NFL was like, all right, y'all still ain't doing it. Let's try to give you some incentives. You don't have to give people incentives to do the right thing if doing the right thing is just in their nature. It's still a very racist organization. The NFL is probably goes, NASCAR, hockey, NFL. It's probably the order and the ranking of the racism, at least in my opinion. So I'm not going to argue whether or not racism still isn't very much alive and well in the NFL, because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have this argument. We would not see 75% of black players on the field and then have to beg for coaching jobs. That wouldn't be a thing. But this is why I say sometimes, and people get mad at me when I say this is their world. We just live in it. And until we make our own world, these are conversations that we can have, but it's not going to be helpful to do so. The only way that we can give to our own is if we build our own. I don't know how else to say that. Y'all can get mad at that. That's a you problem. But yes, Tom Brady handing down this job to his son is how it's supposed to be, because that is what fathers are supposed to do. Y'all can't, it's not going to change. If I had a daughter and I'm working at ESPN, guess who's going to come and intern at ESPN? No question whether she in school or not, whether she got good grades or not. That's my child. I'm going to give to my child. My child is going to reap the fruits of my labor, period. That is what every parent should do for their child. Tom Brady is not wrong in this. The problem is we're not given enough opportunities to do the same for our children. So we're trying to fit this square peg in this round hole, right? We don't have our own, so we can't give to our own. That's not going to change until we have our own. People always say when I say that, I'm saying build our own black football league. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if we did. But what I'm saying is there has to be some, if that's not what we're going to do, if we're going to try to exist in the NFL, when we are 75% of the players on the field, if you really wanted to change off the field, you can make it happen. But the reason that you don't is because it's so ingrained in the people that are on the field that they don't want to mess with their money. So by them not wanting to mess with their money for this moment in time, this flash of time that we know is probably going to end bad with CTE at the end, because you guys don't want to band together and make the demands that you need to now, you can't complain about what you can't give to your children later. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to want to come together now to change the tide. People who say change happens slowly, they're lying. They say it's happening slowly because they don't want you to do the necessary work to make it change now. Things can change now. You have the numbers on the field to make it change. But if you don't get mad when Tom Brady gives his son the ball boy position. Don't get mad when all of a sudden when we see 18-year-old Tom Brady Jr., I don't know the kid's name, I'm assuming he's a junior, sitting on the sideline, hanging out with the assistant coach. Don't get mad when he becomes a quarterback coach and sucked in college. Don't get mad at that. That's all tied to Tom Brady's name. And if you're not going to make the demands now so you can make sure that your children reap the benefits of your name, then don't say nothing. That's all I got to say. What we're not going to do is keep complaining about things that we have the power to change. Change it or don't complain about it. Chris, what do you think?
The hell am I supposed to add after that? You hear me? I said it twice. But I don't know what to add after that, because I 100% agree with what you're saying. Like I don't have a problem with Tom Brady doing this. I just feel like that's just the way it is. We see the chat's bringing up Steph Curry. There's a lot of examples of it happening across the board. But to Jackie's main point, at the end of the day, people up top, they're gonna be giving their jobs to their kids to stay up top. So your analogy of putting a square peg in a triangle or whatever the analogy is, that's perfect, because you're right. Like it's going to work for us down on this level. So, like to use the chat's example, the Del Curry and Steph Curry, like cool, but that's at a player level. That's not really doing too much at the top. So if we get into that conversation, I completely agree with you. I've been riding with you on that argument for a while. But as far as Tom Brady in this situation, I have no problem with it, because I'm doing the same damn thing. You said I'm doing the same damn thing. If I am the star player, if I am the bench warmer, I don't care what it is. My kid is going to be right here, and then when they're old enough to be a ball boy, be a ball boy. If you want to go and keep the stats, go keep the stats. You want to do what you got to do to get in the game. If that's even if they want to do it or not, let them figure it out. But I'm going to give them the opportunity to figure that out with whatever resources I got. And that comes with anything, whether it's sports or whether it's whatever job you have. You're just going to give them the upper leg, because that's what you want to do as a parent. You want to see them succeed. Whether if that's something they want to do, they'll decide that later. But give them, let them figure that out. So I have no problem with what Tom Brady said, but there's a bigger thing at hand, and I completely ride with what you said on that, Jackie, for sure. That's why I don't know how else to follow it, but besides repeating everything you said, because you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head.
Awesome. All right, you guys, we made it through our first Monday of the week. I don't live like there's another Monday. That's the day I'm having, y'all. The first Monday of the week. It's because of that water is wet argument. Now my mind is just gonna be fried for the rest of the day. But I'm gonna be texting you today, Chris. Don't ignore my text because I'm about to send you reasons why water is
my
wet.
God. Water is not.
Don't ignore my text. Because you know you have a problem with this. Don't. Okay.
I'm bad. I'm bad texting. I'm bad. I'm the worst. I'm so bad. I know. I'm trying to be better. I need to go to like a counselor. So I'm bad. I'm very bad. I'm very bad.
All right, you guys. That's all we got. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Share this with your friends. And we will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And don't forget, water is wet. We'll see you tomorrow.
It is not wet. Bye.